Moon in Aries through the houses. An Aries moon is insatiable and passionate and independent. This is not the moon of a wet blanket or someone who patiently waits. This is the moon of a person who acts and reacts to their emotions, and you will know about it. In this video, we will discuss what it means to have an Aries moon in each of the 12 houses in a birth chart. The moon represents intuition and emotion and the subconscious. It also represents what we need to fulfill in order to meet our needs, in order to feel safe and secure. So let's go. Moon in Aries in the first house. This is a person who is a force of nature and who has no idea how to hide it. Their emotions are exhibited on a teleprompter over their head that reads, "I want it my way and I want it now." Charisma abounds when they are feeling good, but look out if they aren't, because you are going to know about it. Moon in Aries in the second house. This is a person for whom material and monetary independence is not simply a wish, it is a matter of emotional health. It is a position for learning how to hold on to money. But like the Billie Holiday song says, with this position, God bless the child that's got his own. Being supported by someone else or by the state will have a very detrimental effect on these folks' emotional well-being. Moon in Aries in the third house. Enter the social butterfly. Imagine you're at a party and you can see a reveler dressed head to toe in red with a blinding grin who's making the rounds and leaving a trail of admirers behind them. In the third house, the sense of security comes from the exchange of ideas. The Aries version is someone who really wants to meet everyone and be beholden to no one. Moon in Aries in the fourth house. This is a person that from a very young age has the goal of owning their own home. While the other little kids are dreaming of being astronauts and veterinarians and parents, this kid is thinking about what their home will be like when they have their own. The home is their sense of strength and security, and anyone who threatens that will find themselves out in the cold, and fast. Moon in Aries in the fifth house. This is a primary school teacher who loves interacting with kids, especially ones for whom life is still pretty straightforward. Probably also loves romance and is a real charmer among peers, but possibly also can be quite elusive in this area. Loves the beginning stages of a romance, but has no patience for the hard, boring stuff that comes after. Maybe a singer or musician gets a real buzz off the immediacy of that type of expression, possibly a stage actor. Moon in Aries in the sixth house. This is a person who will go through a number of career changes motivated by job satisfaction rather than money. Patience not being a strong suit, they might feel best in a dynamic job with lots of different stimuli. Helping others will also play a role in satisfaction depending on how the other planets fall. Moon in Aries in the seventh house. What an interesting position. Moon in Aries, the I, me, independence moon, in the house of marriage and partnership. This person makes a very desirable business partner and is sought after in that regard. This is also a person for whom marriage is very important, but it has to be a marriage of equals to a partner who is also very independent, or, if not, one who understands Aries moon's need for independence within the partnership. Moon in Aries in the eighth house. Mood swing city. Now, those force of nature emotions run very deep with a person in Moon in the eighth. It will not be easy to get into the inner world of this individual. In fact, if you are perceived to be trying to do so, you will get firmly boxed out. Both Aries and Scorpio, the natural inhabitant of the eighth house, are ruled by Mars, the god of war. Moon in the eighth means that the sense of security comes from knowing that you have got a hold of other people's secrets, but that your own are well hidden. With the influence of Aries, you would be very reluctant to let anyone too close, where they might interfere with your fierce independence. Moon in Aries in the ninth house. Enter the adventurer. You will feel whole and happy when you're expanding your knowledge on either an inner, educational, or outer travel journey. And of course, since it is in Aries, you will be happiest doing this when you do not have to answer to anyone. You are bound to have a philosophy of life or a religious belief, but it's likely to be one that you piece together for yourself. Moon in Aries in the 10th house. This is someone who needs to be recognized for their professional accomplishments. This is the position who needs to run the business and receive status from it. They aren't terribly good followers in business. That is an uncomfortable position. This is someone who wants to be the boss and wants to be known as a trailblazer. Moon in Aries in the 11th house. This is the leader of a gang of friends. Probably from a young age, you had the other kids taking your lead, and that feels natural. You are at the center of your friendship group. Come Friday night, your posse is looking to you for the plan. You also want to fight for people's rights to independence and self-determination. You're inspired by freedom fighters and the rights of the individual to live according to their own beliefs. Moon in Aries in the 12th house. The Alpha and the Omega meet. You find peace when retreating into your inner world. This is a person for whom yoga and meditation will likely be deeply beneficial. You need time alone in order to feel secure and in harmony with your emotions. You probably feel deeply that there is more to life than the material plane, but you do not like gurus or priests trying to guide your inner life. You want to decide these things on your own. Thank you for listening. Each week I will cover a new sign until there's a complete set so that you can use this resource to understand your own moon and the moons of those around you. Now go out and be mighty.